London in the 18th century was the engine room of a rising empire, the financial and commercial capital of the modern world. It was a city of smoke, stone, and relentless motion, known across Europe as the place where money, news, and power moved faster than anywhere else. While its streets were still narrow and chaotic, its influence was expanding across oceans. This was the era of Newton and Locke, of coffeehouses and stock speculation, of newspapers, insurers, and global trade. Merchants, politicians, sailors, and thinkers from across Europe came here to make fortunes or lose them. Thanks to modern AI technology, we can step inside the works of Canaletto and Samuel Scott. These artists did not merely depict London. They recorded its daily rhythm with remarkable clarity. By animating their views, we can follow the Thames in 1750, hearing the creak of ships, the clatter of commerce, and the confident pulse of a city learning it could rule the world. We begin on the River Thames near Westminster, the city's central artery and loudest stage. In the 1700s, the river is crowded from bank to bank with life. Long, narrow wherries dart between larger barges, carrying passengers faster than any street could manage. The water smells of tar, fish, and refuse, but it is also London's highway, market, and meeting place. Ahead rises Westminster Bridge, newly completed and proudly modern, its stone arches framing the steady pulse of traffic. Beyond it stands the Palace of Westminster, seat of political power, still medieval in form, yet commanding a city racing into the future. Vendors shout from boats, sailors argue over fees, and gentlemen in powdered wigs step carefully from oar to shore. This is not a quiet capital. It is a working one, fueled by trade, ambition, and constant movement. We drift east toward Old London Bridge, still lined with houses and shops, its arches squeezing the river into dangerous currents. Beneath it lies the Pool of London, the busiest port in Europe. Here, ships from the Caribbean, Africa, and the American colonies unload sugar, tobacco, rum, timber, and enslaved human lives. The air is thick with shouted orders, creaking ropes, and the clang of iron hooks against wet wood. Cranes swing overhead, powered by muscle and timing rather than machines. Nearby taverns overflow with sailors freshly paid and already half drunk. Every crate lifted here feeds London's rise, even as it hides the human cost of empire behind ledgers and warehouses stacked tight along the shore. Moving inland, we arrive at St. Paul's Cathedral, its great dome dominating the skyline like a promise of order above the chaos below. Completed earlier in the century, it stands as a symbol of rebirth after the Great Fire. Around it stretches the city of London, a dense maze of narrow streets packed with counting houses, print shops, and coffee houses. These coffee houses are the city's true engines. Inside, men debate politics, trade rumors, science, and war, often with strangers. Insurance markets are forming, newspapers circulating, fortunes rising and collapsing over cups of bitter coffee. Outside, messengers run, bells ring, and carts jam the streets. The cathedral watches it all in calm stone silence. While faith still matters here, money matters more. This is where modern finance begins, noisy, improvised, and relentlessly forward-looking. We step west into Covent Garden, where London eats, shops, and performs. By morning, the square is a riot of color and sound. Farmers from surrounding counties arrive before dawn, unloading vegetables, fruit, flowers, and poultry by lantern light. Porters shout prices while buyers haggle aggressively, knowing tomorrow's supply is never guaranteed. By afternoon, the market thins and the area transforms. Theaters open their doors, musicians gather crowds, and fashionable Londoners arrive to be seen. Actresses, aristocrats, thieves, and writers move through the same space, often brushing shoulders. Respectability and scandal coexist comfortably here, making it one of the few places where the city briefly feels equal, at least until night falls. At the heart of commercial London stands the Royal Exchange, a formal courtyard surrounded by arcades and authority. This is where merchants meet to turn global uncertainty into profit. In the 1700s, news travels by ship and rumor, so timing is everything. Men gather here in distinct groups: East India traders, Baltic merchants, insurers, each speaking their own coded language of risk and opportunity. Clerks rush in and out carrying ledgers, while messengers wait for instructions that could change lives across oceans. Though women are largely excluded, their investments and inheritances quietly influence deals behind the scenes. The exchange is calm compared to the docks, but far more dangerous. Decisions made here shape wars, colonies, and the future direction of the empire itself. Leaving commerce behind, we arrive at Hyde Park, London's great open lung. Along Rotten Row, the city's elite parade on horseback, dressed in carefully controlled elegance. This is not leisure, it is display. Who rides, how they ride, and who acknowledges whom are all carefully noted. Politics, marriage prospects, and alliances are negotiated through glances and positioning rather than words. Carriages roll slowly along the edges, carrying observers who judge from behind glass. Beyond the path, soldiers drill, children play, and vendors sell refreshments. The park offers a rare sense of space in a city otherwise packed tight. Yet even here, hierarchy rules. Hyde Park reminds us that 18th century London is deeply divided. Finally, we return east to the Tower of London, its ancient walls looming over the river like a warning from the past. By the 8th century, it is no longer a royal residence. This is an arsenal, a prison, and a reminder of state violence. Weapons are stored inside, guarded carefully as Britain's wars multiply abroad. Political prisoners are fewer now, but the threat of confinement still hangs heavy. Nearby, public executions draw large crowds, turning punishment into spectacle. Its presence tells every Londoner that while society is changing fast, the state still claims ultimate control. Progress here is real, but it is always enforced. Thanks for watching.